So, hello everyone. My name is Nicolas Gavoille. I'm Associate Professor of Economics at the Stockholm School of Economics in Riga since 2015, and I teach topics such as mathematics, econometrics, game theory, and economic specialization. I would like to tell you today a little bit about the math admission tests. So, one of the tests that you will have to go through during the admission process is simple mathematics. So you may wonder, why do we need to test such aptitudes during the admission tests? The answer is simple, because one of the first courses that you will have to go through in the curriculum here, it's a course in mathematics for economists. So the point is, if you want to study economics at a serious level, throughout the curriculum, you will have to use a lot of mathematical tools. So we need to make sure during the recruitment and the admission tests that you are able to follow that type of classes. So about the structure of the test, it is very straightforward. You will have 60 minutes to answer between 40 and 60 questions. So the goal is not for you to solve all of those questions and to solve all those problems. What you need to do is to solve as many questions as possible. One of the most complicated constraints that you will have to face during this test is the time constraint. So as I said, you have only 60 minutes to answer to a lot of questions. So you will have to go very fast and you will have to use your time in a very wise manner. So about the composition of the test per se. So as I said, you will have between 40 and 60 questions overall. There will be different topics. There will be some questions related to basic, simple linear algebra, so simplifications, factorizations, and so on. You will have also some questions regarding basic statistics, so where you have not only to make some calculus, but also to interpret it. You will have some questions related to logarithms and exponential functions. You will have also possibly some questions related to trigonometrics. So as a matter of practicalities, what I suggest you is first of all to have a look at all the exam and to go through very quickly those approximately 60 questions. You don't have to address and to solve all the problems. As I said, you have to answer to as many questions as possible. So you will need to go very fast and to go very quick. If you think that one question will take you too much time, as an advice, I would suggest you just to skip it and to go to the next one. Also, keep in mind that the questions won't be sorted by order of difficulty, but it will be more or less randomized. So it's not because you cannot solve one task that you cannot move to the next one. So since 2020, we've had to switch to a purely online format for the math admission test. So this means that you will have to provide your answers directly onto the Respondus software on your laptop. Nevertheless, what I would suggest you is to keep some draft papers around you so that you can derive all the calculus that you need to reach the solution and then to insert it into the software. One question that I often receive is how to prepare for the math admission test. My answer is pretty simple. Don't ask me. I didn't have to take the admission test myself, but get in touch with our current student. They will be the best source of information to get some tips and tricks about how to prepare because they were confronted to the same situation as you are right now just a couple of years ago. So don't hesitate to get in touch with them and they will be happy to share as many advices as they can. The second thing that I can suggest you in order to prepare for the math admission test is to go on SSE Riga's website and you can have a look at a sample of questions that are taken from the previous math admission tests. So it will give you some ideas about the type of question that you will have to address, that you will have to solve, but it will also give you some clues and some indications about the resources that you may need in order to prepare for the test. You will realize that many questions, they are related to some international standardized tests in mathematics, such as, for instance, the SAT tests. So if you go to some public libraries or even you can come at SSE Riga's library in order to check some books, there are plenty of resources that you can use to prepare for that type of test. If you just make a quick search with your favorite search engine online, SAT tests preparations, you will find thousands of resources that you can use in order to practice. So the last piece of advice that I can give you in order to prepare for the math admission test, it's to attend the Math Foundation course that will take place in February at SSE Riga, but also online. So what is the Math Foundation course? This is a short course taking place 3 Saturday mornings in a row that will be some sort of preparation for the program that you will have here at SSE Riga in terms of mathematics. So you will be introduced to some fundamental concepts that you will have later on to study, but it will be also a way to test the SSE Riga experience because you will have first a lecture with me in the main auditorium, followed by a seminar led by current Year 1 students. So it will be a very nice way to catch up with some of these students and also to ask them all the questions you have about the school or about the admission procedure per se. So it's a very good opportunity to get some tips and tricks. So that's basically all the advices that I wanted to share with you today. If you would like to have more information, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I'm always happy to answer your emails. So I just have to wish you the best of luck and see you in February for the Math Foundation course. Bye!